Alrighty guys, and we're back with part 3. Even though this series is kind of getting received, like as a really big like it's fun. So I do not care, even if it is a documentation for myself, I am continuing this story. Now, I believe that I have fiddled with the volume settings, but I am going to see regardless. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's the end of the world as we know it. Not really. And la da 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 da. We're just gonna go straight into it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
A warning before you go any further. She's going to lie, cheat, do whatever she can to get her way, and you mustn't listen.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Blah 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 blah
Don't
blah
believe
blah
a
blah
word she
blah
says.
blah.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save
We've read all this
princesses, not
before.
slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Nah. Into the cabin we go. You know,
The interior of the cabin
every
is
time
almost
we've
entirely
grabbed the
bare.
dagger.
The air is stale and musty.
This time,
and the floor and
we're not
walls
gonna
are
take the
painted in a
dagger.
fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The
that
blade
I
is your
won't be
implement.
taking.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Because we need to do everything we can to get alternate
The door to
versions
the
of her to
basement creaks open,
perfect
revealing
her
a
form.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I am Melania, Blade of Miquella, and I have never known defeat. She can be like that.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
And softly carries up the stairs. Who goes there?
Hello? Is someone there?
It sounds different.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Why is it different just because I don't have the
Don't
dagger?
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I am Malekith of the Black Blade. Or is it Death
You
Blade?
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's
She
a heavy
sounds
chain
so much
around her
cheerier.
wrist, binding
Because this
her
time
to the
I'm here
far
to
wall
rescue
of the
her.
basement.
Without her sounding like she's upset.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to
She's
anyone?
beautiful. She looks the exact fucking same.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here. You didn't even bring your knife, bucko. What are you gonna do, strangler? You gonna grab that chain?
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Hi, I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on. Let's talk. I'll see what I can do.
Only
Yep.
making this more difficult.
Of course I'm here to save you. I'm your knight in shining armor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, I'm not.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Of course I am. I'm a hero, aren't I?
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
She totally broke it apart on one of the previous runs, but let's ignore that.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nah, sorry.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
That's what I was thinking. If only I had a dagger.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
With what?
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
I mean, I left the dagger upstairs, though.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Oh.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Again?
Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Okay, I
and you
get
won't leave
it.
until the task is done.
I can't leave until I kill her, alright, I get it.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Her neck and slowly caress her until I bring my lips.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
How are you gonna break your bone?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
What?
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I only have one option.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Damn.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
That's not what I thought would happen.
No, she didn't.
I thought that leaving the dagger would mean there's no way.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
We're getting this again?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I have the option.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
Damn.
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
You already know that I have to be with her to escape.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will... Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done.
I think my favorite's still the paranoid, because he kept us alive.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I'm gonna go without it again.
No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Of course we do.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
Every time.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I probably won't bite. Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'm a wretched little thing, am I?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole
Probably
situation.
not, but I'm interested to see where
You
this
can't.
goes.
Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion.
Agreed.
Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Agreed.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Maybe a little bit of both.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly
take the
debate about what to do
dagger.
with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Fun. You're the one.
Thank you.
Oh,
You descend the basement
looks
steps,
like a little
entering the
gremlin.
dark
Does she
room
have a
below.
tail? She does. What a little gremlin.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She's like a wild animal.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Of course, we know each other so well.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
No.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
Oh, we've got Sherlock.
Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this.
In my
world is
world.
on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
But it's your world, not mine. I've got a different purpose here.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
I'd rather talk to her than talk to you.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look, I know.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Unfortunately.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Am I the monster now? How sweet.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little, a woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
She could find a way out the whole time.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find
Man,
yourselves
this
face
is my
to
favorite
face.
form of hers.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
Stabbed her last time.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that
But
doesn't
she
mean we
doesn't
have
have to trust us
her.
either. But here's the thing. She needs me.
Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
You're gonna watch every little thing I do. How sweet.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
He's not wrong.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt
Okay.
yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and
I
hers
thought
crashing
you wanted
against the
to
unyielding
escape.
wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
Because we did it first.
It's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done. Why would I ever trust you? your hands had spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
But you can't escape without me.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming.
That's an amazing idea.
Thanks for looking out for us.
That you never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
No.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
And this is where the story ends. He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
So we didn't even have to escape it. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. This one is hope marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart.
They're all hearts, I guess.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
As per following my normal strand of things, I'm going to call part 3 here. And I think in part 4 I'm going to try and use a special voice per round to make it more interesting. I kind of did that a little bit this time, but I think it'll be fun. So, anyways, thank you everyone for watching who has watched. If there's any comments below, I'll respond to those, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Hope y'all are enjoying this, and have a good one. Bye-bye.